Welcome to Baotree. My name is Baotree Cyrus and I'm the founder and CEO.
Hey, I'm Jess. I'm Baotree's Customer Experience Manager, and my job is really to make sure that Baotree is working for you. Today we want to talk to you about some of our most exciting features.
How's it, Jess?
Hi!
I believe there's some very exciting updates coming in the world of Baotree, and I'm just so eager to hear what your thoughts are, what you think about them, and what's in the pipeline.
Cool bananas. I am super energized. We have been working really hard behind the scenes. Our development team has been taking in all the information from our clients, and we've been working on developing features that have actually been asked for by our clients. So big part of how we develop things is not what we think you need. We like to look at what are our customers asking for, and so we have a whole series of new features that have been released or that are in the pipeline, which comes specifically from our customers, and I think that's a super exciting place to be.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
Jess, I get this question all the time. Often there's so many teams that are feeling overwhelmed, but with different functions and roles within an organization, and that's really coming from our customers.
Yeah.
But I believe there's something that actually helps different streams or different workflows for different team members. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So for a long time, we've been hearing murmurings from our customers that they have teams that work in different ways. So you've got some teams that are bound to the field. They're out there in nature, they're doing wildlife monitoring, they're checking their meters for water, electricity. But then we have the other end of the spectrum where you have teams that are office bound, or they prefer to use their desktop. And so that is why we have now developed desktop data entry. So that is a function that actually mirrors the mobile application. Same user experience, same clean, easy to use flow, but actually allows for teams who are not necessarily out and about to be able to capture data in the same way. And a big benefit of that is that it also comes with the ability to upload other types of files. So uploading of PDFs, of Excels, all those things that you can now attach to your entries, which I think is really cool.
That is amazing. So it doesn't matter if you're out in the bush or out in the field or sitting behind a desk, you can participate and be included.
Exactly. So
That's
we're now
amazing.
trying to cater to all workflows and just make sure that no matter who you are in the organization, you can use Baotree.
Sick. So Jess, I think we can agree that the data collectors and the teams that are actually using Baotree's mobile app are really the core individuals that are supporting an organization's sustainability.
Yeah.
But now, can you tell us about something quite fun that's come into the actual application to create that participation and inclusion?
Yeah, this has been a long time coming, and I think this was your brainchild, Tree, which is My Activities. So in the app, when you used to open it, there was a thing that said My Tasks, and that gave you a snapshot of what you'd captured, but it didn't give you the bigger picture of what's going on in your organization. And so what we've now brought in is My Activities. And in My Activities, you're able to not only see how many tasks you've captured, how many have been approved or rejected, you're also able to see that against the overall work of what your other colleagues are doing and what they have captured. So you still can't see the exact things they've captured. We've still made sure that everyone's data is protected and ring-fenced to them, but there's a bit of a cheeky leaderboard in there. And so it shows, all right, Dimitri captured 10 tasks this week and Glenn captured 5, and just helps with kind of building that good competitive nature amongst your team, and also just helps our data collectors to feel like they are a part of what's going on in the organization. So it gives them a window into the way the needle's being moved forward related to the projects that they're a part of.
Amazing. Another massive question I always get asked is my team is often so busy that they forget to collect data, to report, and it's a real challenge because someone who's running the team doesn't want to always be nagging people.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit about how Baotree's gone about solving for this issue?
Yes, and I am so excited about this one. So we have a full suite of notifications, and not only do we have notifications, but we've tailored them in a way that you can send a general notification. So, hey team, this really cool thing happened and we want to let you know. We also have reminders in the system, and so this allows you to set notifications for the future. And so you can go in and let's say your team is working on the Bokashi system, which is a waste system, and they need to close it and then open it at a later date. You can set those reminders in there, and it's actually going to prompt them and say, hey, Dimitri, you need to remember to go and open that drum and check on the waste that's in there at the moment. And then the last step is the emergency warning notifications that we've brought in. And those are more tailored to our disaster management clients, but it allows for you to send early warnings in the system. And so now you don't need to identify a problem on the system and go to WhatsApp. You know, WhatsApp can get quite convoluted and you've got chats and people are not always on WhatsApp. So now everything is in Baotree. You see a problem, you can send them a notification straight away. They get the push notification on their device, open it up, and they can action it immediately.
That's amazing. Thank you, Jess.
Cool.
We have another question for Jess, and this is coming all the time from our customers who are just looking for inspiration or for ways to know how to actually use Baotree, but on their own terms. I believe you've got something up your sleeve to share with us.
Yes, so we have been working on templates, and I think a lot of us are familiar with going into other systems and there's a point of inspiration when you get in there of, I'm not sure where I want to go with this, but I know I need to capture X, or I need to create X. And so what we've done is we've created a series of templates in the dashboard that allow for our admin users to go in and use that as a point of inspiration for creating their own data collection structures. So now you can go in and you can find these templates that are related to waste, water, energy, wildlife monitoring, disaster management. There is a whole slew of templates that we have created that allow for users to go and kind of duplicate those, create their own version of it, and add in and remove as suits their operations on the ground. So now you may already be using Baotree in a particular way, but there is this additional option for you to go in, look at the templates and say, oh, that's interesting. We haven't been capturing our water meters, for example, and look at that and see, right, well, this might not work for us 100%, but if I take this question out and I substitute something in, now suddenly my team is able to capture the water meters daily as they're on the go. And so those templates have come in to just make it that much easier for you to keep track of your day-to-day operations from the moment your team arrives to the moment they leave.